Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another YouTube video. Hey, hey, hey. Who y'all probably like, girl? First of all, you're just coming up out the blue. We have not heard from you. We have not seen you in about what? It's been about 3 weeks, a month. I don't know, but I just want to say I miss y'all. So I just wanted to come update you all really quick, just chat with you all for a minute. If you are listening to my beautiful voice and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn those post notifications on. And just stop out with your girl for real quick. Like I said, I'm on. Y'all know I work Sundays. Hey, who Kim? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, alive and prosperous. Hey. But yeah, y'all know I work Sundays. So I, just stopped in on my break real quick. Hey, Gilda. Hey, hey, hey. How y'all been doing? How have you all been doing? I just wanted to come up with a quick channel update just to let you all know where I've been, what to expect from me, and just to talk some real talk for a minute. I hope everyone has been doing good. It is summertime. It's hot outside. I hope y'all been out here on these grills. Hey, girl, Poppy. Hey, hey, hey. Um, but today I didn't really want to come with anything in particular to talk about. I just said I just wanted to come and talk to my people and just chop it up for a little bit. Oh Lord, I'm talking about chop it up, Lord. They were like, oh, she tried to sound like what you call it, but yeah, just talk for a minute. And then get back to work. So first of all, I missed you guys. I have been in the bushes. I have been watching everything that has been playing out in these YouTube streets. And I even though I see what's going on, I just came to say that y'all, I just feel like my life right now is going in like a more, I ain't gonna say this is the thing, I'm never gonna be done with speaking up for my people. Y'all know when I first came on this channel, I came to just put a positive a positive spin on people who always get criticized. I came to just really be a voice of reason for people who are always attacked on the internet, and I think that we need more of that. So I would never 100% be done with commentary. But I just like to come update y'all whenever I'm absent, just to let y'all know what headspace I'm in, and just why y'all probably ain't seen me. Hey, Rudy. Hey, hey, hey. And yeah, the reason why it's not because I don't miss you all. It's not because y'all are not my fam, but it's just some of these topics just get redundant. It's just really the same old, and it's kind of like I don't want to come on here and beat a dead horse, so to speak. And so that's why I take the long breaks that I take. Like have always said in the past, I really want to get to the point where I can introduce like other type of content. Not like I still want to do commentary, but I want to sprinkle like different things here and there in that can still be enjoyable to watch. But I just don't want to come and keep having conversations about the same thing that people just because I don't want to beat people over the head with it. One thing about this sector that I realize is it's some people that eventually wake up and smell the coffee, but in most cases people are who they are, right? And it's just the same song and dance over and over again, and I just don't want to beat a dead horse. Gordon said I didn't know y'all be over here. Yeah, honey. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all. I see all the pink hearts. But yeah, but like I said, I've been seeing what's going on with Roz. I've been seeing what's going on. I've been seeing the back and forth. And of course I've covered that. I've been seeing my girl Latrice. She been kind of low key doing her own thing. I see, she went back into the workforce. I think she was working with her friend for a little while. So that was good. I just think that life is really taking a different direction for people, and especially for me. And it's kind of like, we can sit around here all day and we can go back and forth about our thoughts and opinions, and we can call people out on for their bullshit. But at the end of the day, I like to do that in doses. I don't like for that to just be just something. I don't want that to be every time I'm coming on here. I am, you know, just trying to tell some people to work on shit. They're just not gonna change, and that's what I've came to realization. I think that we did a really good job for y'all who's with me, all my mob squad people. I think we did a really good job when it came to the Keisha commentary that I used to do, because I feel like it was like, people got it eventually. I think that, there was actually something done about the main channel that was starting all the mess. That channel was taken down. And once that channel was taken down, and all the hateful stuff kind of, it didn't 100% stop, but it came to a screeching halt. I will say that. And I see people like trying to do commentary on Keisha here and there still, but for the most part, I think that we were very successful with the Keisha commentary. Hey, in Florida, hey, hey, hey. But yeah, I think that we were very successful with the Keisha commentary because I feel like we were really able to make some progress. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Gordo Poppy TV. Yeah, I was doing commentary on Roz and them. Yes, yes, I did commentary. I tried to bring a positive perspective. I tried to tell them to let up on my girl Treese. And as you can see, honey, this thing has just grown a whole nother set of legs and just taken off to a place that I just can't keep up with, honestly. And that's just what I came here to say. If y'all see me missing, I ain't going nowhere. I may pop up here and there. But I just, felt like I don't want to overdo it. And so I feel like, I owe it to the people who've always supported me and who've always came on my chat. Hey, Shonda Stouts. Hey, hey, hey. But yeah, I owe it to everyone with just, just coming every now and then and chat it up and, just, you know, let you all know where I'm headed with it. And so, if you don't see me as much, which I mean, I was never really consistent anyway. Let's be real. But if you see me take a month or off or so, which I don't want to do that, but I want to start doing other content. My life be busy, honey. I want to throw up like a cooking video here and there, or just update y'all with like a little short because I do a lot of shopping. So just do it like a little short, with some good products I found. Like I've been finding some amazing skincare products. I've been finding some amazing, just some stuff that I've been just finding on Amazon and stuff. Like I still want you all to engage and really engage with that as well. Let's see. It says alive and prosper. This sector has taught me to be very leery of who you let in your space in real life. There are monsters out here dressed professionally with a clipboard and a smile praying people. Yeah. Hey, swag fam. Hey, hey, hey. Rudy says, girl, the Mod Squad been rocking with now for a long time. Yeah, it's been a while. Like I said, my channel really gained a lot of popularity when we start talking about Keisha. And we did commentary on that. And I was very proud of where that went. I think that, we were really able to make some good progress. We were able to really get our voices out there. I think that, Keisha was able to just feel empowered to do what she needed to do on her end to take the people down that were attacking her. So I think that was really what kept me, really kept me motivated because I was able to see, my voice being heard, others' voice being heard, and we were really able to make good stride. But with this other sector, okay, with this tree sector, with all the people who want to attack her, this has just turned into a whole nother thing. And it's not even about Trees anymore. It's just really about everyone kind of continuously going back and forth day in and day out about, about things that I just don't think are going to ever change. I think that, Shonda says, yes, now you got to tap into other stuff. This mess is going to be a lot. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, you guys, I'm not going to quit commentary, but I do want to stay consistent on this channel. But the only way that I'm going to be motivated to stay consistent is, if, I post something different, for us to still engage with it and still support it. That's pretty much it. And I think that, it's not saying that if something big happens, I won't jump out, and do my commentary because I love a good conversation, okay? But I think that it's just getting tiring. It's just the same old two-step. You know what I'm saying? I think that, we're dealing with a different type of beast. I think that we're dealing with a different type of situation. Like I said, when I did commentary on Keisha, we were able to get our voices out there and, we were able to really make some, really good points. And, that we were able to empower her to do what she needed to do on her end. And she was able to get that page taken down. And it came to an end eventually. But with this, it's just like it has taken a spiral into a whole other dimension to where we're kind of off topic from what we really started talking about. And now it's just watching the shit show. if you just really want to be honest. It's just watching the shit show. It's just watching, this one lady, Roz, honey, continue to just, be delusional. And it's okay for her to be delusional. It's not, I guess it's not for, um, I guess it's not for anyone to understand. We can speak out about it, and we can, like I said, if it's something major that happens, we definitely can rally together like we've always done. But she ain't gonna change, honey. It's being a dead horse at this point. And it just gets old. You know what I'm saying? It gets more pathetic by the day. Just like watching her go out there. I seen, she was trying to feed the homeless and people were talking about it, and it just was like a sloppy attempt just to shut people up. It pretty much is the same old two-step. Everybody going back and forth with each other, people trying to prove each other wrong, people trying to do stuff just to say they did it. It's just like, okay, girl. All right. you know. Hey, the gutter mommies. Hey, hey, hey. And but yeah, and then like, I just feel like life starts to get real. Like, I don't know if you all, which I'm pretty sure you all heard about it, but like with DC's Young Flies, like his wife, that was so like, oh my God, that was so sad. And it's just to think like it's real life things that are happening out here. People are tragically leaving this earth, and it's kind of like you have people who still can't see beyond that you have people who still can't see that life is too short to sit around every day and go back and forth and degrade each other and tear each other down and just, be involved in negative bullshit every day. Like, I just don't see how people get up in the midst of all the weird things, like, because to me that was just very crazy, like out of nowhere. Hey, Angela Brooks. Hey, hey, hey. But yeah, out of nowhere, like when stuff like that happens, it kind of like a reality check. Like, wow, life is really short. And it's kind of like, and we have people who literally wake up every day ready to argue and fuss and fight about absolutely nothing. Okay. When it all boils down to it, it's really nothing. Okay. Yes, like I said, there are times, there are things that are newsworthy, there are things that are conversation worthy that we can all gather around and have a good conversation about. But the bulk of the arguing, the bulk of the back and forth, the bulk of the madness is really just nothing. You know what I'm saying? It is kind of like, I don't want to be a part of the problem. I don't want to be someone who, you know, overindulges myself into situations that will, make my content less desirable to watch. When people come to my platform, I want people to be able to hear a positive, good perspective, but I'm not gonna oversaturate it with bullshit. I'm not finna get into no personal beef with nobody. I'm not about to be digging up people information. I'm not finna go out here and, try to, what I'm saying? I'm just not that type of person. When I come to my platform, I want it to be a genuine, good old time, a good old conversation. I just don't want to oversaturate my channel with arguing, fussing, fighting, saying the same thing over and over again, 30 different times, 50 different ways. It's just, it doesn't really benefit anybody. Gordo says I followed that whole sector. You kindly sounded one. I don't know what you're saying, Gordo. You have to say that. You have to say that again. I don't know what you're saying. It says the doctor was already being sued for a malpractice. Yeah, like that is crazy. Yes, Gib, that was very, very sad. It was very sad. I was like, damn, like, these are the things that are happening out here in life. Like, there is a family now, three small children, three, one grade school and, two toddlers that have to be without their mom. And that's just sad. And it's like in the midst of all of that, you would think that people would want to really cover themselves in positivity and love at all times, but yet, people want to continue to get on the internet and argue about absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ATL Lock David. Hey, hey, hey. But yeah. So that just was I wanted to come and just, talk about that because I'm like, you know what? I've been missing for a while. Let me just come and let them know I'm alive. Um, it says I followed that whole sector. You kind of sounded one sided. One side, what you mean one sided? Clarify that. Because when it came, if you're talking about chopping up with Roz, I definitely was one sided on that. I definitely don't agree with her bullshit. Okay, especially after she lied on me and all that bullshit. So yeah, if it came to the chopping up with Roz, and I wasn't trying to see both sides of that. Roz is some bullshit. Okay, that's just, you know what I'm saying. That's just what it is. So if you feel like I was one sided on when it comes to the The Ross or Latrice situation. Oh yeah, I was definitely one sided because some that, like I said, with the Keisha conversation, it was different because we were able to move forward, and I was able to see the original drama that popped off about her and her love life and all of that. I was able to see it from different angles, and it kind of, it got nasty, but we were able to quickly put out that fire and move on. Which it did drag on for a long time too. That drama dragged on for a couple of years too. But with the Roz and situation, and with her attacking folks and all that, and the mess that it has turned out to be, oh, I definitely don't understand nothing about how she moved. ATL Lock Diva says, I'm mourning her. She was so sweet. Yes, like that was just so sad. And it's kind of like, I was like, oh my God. Like, in this crazy, because we just live in a world where at any given moment it's like one day you're here, one day you're not, and it's like it's for everybody to, I can't imagine being DC and having to, explain to my children that, their mom is not coming home, and having to deal with that, and then having to just get on the internet and deal with everybody else. Like, I just feel like the internet is can be overwhelming at times. And I just feel like we just put too much energy into the wrong shit sometimes, and that's why I do my commentary the way I do, where I'm not as consistent, because I don't want to come on here and just be, I want to add value to whatever conversation I'm having. I don't want to get lost in the sauce. And I think that, with the whole Ross tree sector, all that drama, I think that situation, it's too far gone to keep talking about. Like I said, it says, "Now I miss you and swag so much." Oh, thank you, Gilda. Yeah, it just, and that's why I like to come on here, because I know people be missing me. They be missing my commentary. They be like, "Girl, when you gonna go live?" And I just be, want to say, it's not that I don't want to grow my channel, or I don't want to come on here and have the conversation. It's just I gotta find a different route. I don't really know what that is gonna be. I don't want to overpromise nothing. Okay, that's one thing I learned quickly about social media. You can't overpromise. Okay. Um but yeah, I didn't, I just don't want to come on here and just be, because I feel like, when you are trying to, if you come on here and in order to be consistent in this, with this particular conversation that we're having in this particular sector of commentary, you have to kind of get messy, and you have to kind of get, like, you know what I'm saying? You have to get in the field. And I don't want to get in the field with strangers. I don't know these people. I just want to have a conversation about what's right and what's wrong and move on. And I think that, it just goes to like an unnecessary, ugly place, Hey, CC's life. Hey, hey, hey. Shauna Saul says she didn't need any surgery. It's crazy. Society has females thinking they have to look a certain way, and they choose surgery. The deaths from cosmetic. Yeah. And I had cosmetic surgery, and it definitely was a scary situation. There's a lot of medical clearance that you have to get before you do it. And they turned me down the first time because my hemoglobin wasn't high enough. Hemoglobin, like your blood levels. And so I'm just curious as to, what could have went wrong. But I just praying, regardless of what happened. I said all that to say, it's just like, it's sad, it's like, dang, I just wish stuff like that couldn't happen. And it's kind of like you said, Sean, it's like society tears people down, tears people to shreds. And then you wonder why people, choose to go under the knife, or you wonder why people choose to do these things. But it's because everyone is so, mean. Everyone is so judgmental. And that's pretty much what I was trying to say. It's kind of like the internet is a very, very evil place. And it's not what it used to be. I remember back when I first had my baby, that's when I first fell in love with YouTube. That was in 2014, baby. That was 9 years ago, honey. And you could just get on here, you can just laugh. If there were tea channels or gossip channel, it was kind of like light, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, stuff got real, but it's just like this whole new wave of digging into people's personal lives and just attacking people who really just mind their own business every day on a consistent basis. It's just a little weird for me. And it's like, speaking out against it is like, okay, cool, if we can get to some type of resolve. But if there's really no resolve and people just gonna keep on, it's kind of like, you know, you know. Yeah, I pray she didn't either. That was very sad. Very, very sad. Yeah, society is very brutal. It is very brutal. It is. Hey, Mariah. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for joining, girl. Thank you for joining. Shauna said she was going in the unresponsive. She was going unresponsive in the hotel room. This made me wonder a lot of stuff. Was she even ready to be moved? Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something from when I got my BBL. One thing about it, now they will throw you on up out of there. They will. They will after you get done, before you even wake up good. You going in the van. I got a recovery home. I went to the recovery home. And it was, it was like you pay an additional price and then you're there and they have like it's like a surgery nursing home, so to speak. I know that, there's been a lot, and I went to Miami as well. So there's been a lot of, a lot of controversy around that. So I said that if I ever did, do it again, I probably would stay local. I think that in Georgia, I think the way they do, and I could be mistaken, but I think the way they do anesthesia is different. That's why a lot of people go to Florida. I think in Florida they put you all the way under. That's why I think it's a little cheaper. And this is just from what I'm observing. But in Georgia, I think they use I don't know what this called, but I think in Georgia you're under the anesthesia where you're not all the way out. That's what I've heard people say. Like, people who've gotten surgery in Atlanta or whatever, they're not all the way out. But in Miami, like you're all the way knocked out. And I think that and that's why I think it's a little bit more expensive in Georgia. Because if you've ever gotten like any type of surgery, or you've been looking around doing your research, you know that when you're getting those quotes, like back when I was researching BBLs, it was gonna be like $12,000 or $13,000 just for the surgery. That's no recovery house. That's no nothing. Okay, that's just 12 grand just for the surgery in Georgia. And in Miami, which was why I chose to go. It was like five or 6,000 just for the surgery, and then when you add on the recovery house and my plane tickets and all of that, I only spent maybe like $8,000 in total, and the surgery by itself in Georgia would be 13. But I think that in Georgia they use the type of anesthesia where you're not all the way out, and that's why it's a little bit more expensive because you're still, it's safer, I think, and that's just what I think, just from me when I went. And then keep in mind I had a BBL like 3-4 years ago, maybe. It was a long time. It was a long time. I don't forgot. Look, I don't forgot the date. But it's been a minute. It's on my channel. That was my very first video. Actually, that's actually how I started my channel. Um, so yeah. Yeah, that general anesthesia is, yeah, scary. It says the more supervision you and care you provided, the more, yeah. Yeah. Um yeah. And it's just a lot. It's a lot, Like I said, I'm praying for her family. I don't know what happened, but it's just a reminder that we just have to just, move with grace when we're, especially us black women. And I know I don't want to sound stereotypical, because it's kind of like, if somebody piss you off, they piss you off. Now I don't like Tasha K like that, because I don't like what she did to Cardi B. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't like her, but I'm not a hugest fan of Tasha K because of how she did Cardi B. But one thing she did say that was true, because she was arguing with Just Hilarious about something. I forgot what it was arguing about. And she was like, nah, I still love my black sister, but every now and then, I gotta go in on somebody the same way the Chinese folk may go in on somebody in the nail shop, the same way the white women may go cuss each other out. She was like, stop acting like black women can't, correct each other or get into it with each other. And I agree with that. But I will say, even though conflict, and having words, that's just, we're humans, we have emotions, we have feelings. So I'm never gonna say, oh, black women need to, but what I'm saying is, it's just kind of disgusting. But as a black woman, it is kind of disgusting to see the lengths that we go to really just do each other in. And it's kind of like, for what? For some clicks, for some views. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. We're not, I mean, this is the thing. This stuff is not marketable. Like, you're not, Scentbird is not finna hit you up and give you no sponsorship. Fashion Nova ain't finna hit you up. You know what I'm saying? Shein ain't finna hit you up. Dove ain't finna hit you up and give you no sponsorship. And all of your content is centered around tearing somebody down. That's why you see that, a lot of times the T channels, their growth is usually kind of staggered. It takes them a while to just get to the next level, and even when they do, it's kind of stagnant because it's not it's not marketable, so it's only so far you're going to get when you're doing your commentary and your gossip, unless you take another spin on it, unless you put a positive spin on it. Kind of like Wendy Williams, she reached the height of her career when she was able to get the talk show and really make, she didn't just sit on there all day and gossip about people, but she made it fun. You know what I'm saying? She had people come on there, people cooking, dancing, it was a whole different segment she had. It wasn't just an hour, however long the show you stay on. It wasn't just an hour of her just going in on somebody. It wasn't that. And that's where I come to like the standstill. Hey, Dookie Photo, thank you for showing support. Thank you. But yeah, that's where I've come to the standstill, because I'm like, I like commentary, I really do. But I want to find a creative way to kind of change this into something that is, marketable, because that's really the only way that you're gonna grow on these YouTube streets. Like, you're not just gonna, yes, you will, you can definitely gain, hundreds and thousands of followers gossiping and having your tea. But I'm like you said, it's just it's so far that's gonna get you, right? So I'm just trying to find like a way to kind of still do my thing, because I have the gift of gab, right? So speaking, giving my perspective, that's my specialty. Okay, I'm that's I'm A1 in that area, but I'm trying to find like a way to like, kind of make it. I don't know. I can't just make it something that can turn it something where that's growth friendly. Let me just say that. Like if I look at people like hey, Bless Holly. Hey, hey, hey. Like, for example, okay, I'll give a good example. Like Armand Wiggins. Like, he has really grown. And, he started off just, with his tea, just, getting into the latest celebrity gossip and, just, giving his perspective. He's gotten backlash for some of his commentary, and, he's winning on a few people, but he's very versatile. And, he has now he covered the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion trial, and he's getting his sponsorship deal, and he's growing his platform, and he's doing interviews. Like something like that is more the direction that I would want to go in the future. Now that may be a little bit far fetched now, because I mean I ain't put in that type of work yet. But when I envision, if I'm going to do the social media thing, that it would be the end goal for me, something like that. I don't want to just sit on here every day and talk about Roz and how she wrong for her shit, or, call somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just gets old and it gets redundant. And that's pretty much what I'm saying. It's not like we didn't, it's not like sometimes some things are, it's not like they're not conversation worthy, but it's kind of like, is this really going to take me to, because if you're going to do something, you want to do it right. And I'm like, I really want to do something different with my channel. I just don't know what yet. But, I just ask everybody, just bear with me while I figure it out. That's pretty much um the goal of this video. Is just this live, just talking to my people and just saying, hey, right now I'm just at a transitional phase where I just want to be a little bit more, which I've always been positive on this channel, so I ain't never got too deep in the trenches. But I don't want to come on here just being redundant. I don't want to come on here and just continuing to say the same things that have been said. We all know that some people are delusional. We all know that people on this platform criticize people for things that they have going on in their life too. We all know that people are on here pretending to be perfect and judging other black women, but their life is messed up behind the scenes. We all know that. We all know that. So I think that that's been said enough. No matter how many ways you slice it and dice it, it's pretty much, we all know that it's a lot of the pot calling the kettle black around these parts. So that part goes without saying. The next challenge is to just see how we can move on from that, because I'm ready to move on. You know, it's kind of like, I don't see how they do it. I don't see how they wake up every day, bitch, this whole this. Like I'm like, honey, honey child. I just don't see it. Like even with the mommy sector, I've tried to cover them a little bit, and even with them, it's kind of like. Now I will say the mommy sector is a little bit different. I'm out of breath, y'all. Sorry. Whew, I just want to turn off the air. Well, turn on the air. But get to say yes, ma'am. But like with the mommy said is a little bit different. Because I will say, um, they have a lot going on sometimes. So I can definitely see why, there are people who react on them because they do have interesting things going on sometimes. But even with that, like there was one commentator or whatever, and she was doing she does a lot of she does content on jazz, and she criticizes her a lot, and I guess she had something happen in her family. I don't know if it was like a tragedy, I don't know, but she posted something on her community tab about, just needing prayers, and something had happened. I don't know what it was, but in that same breath, she was talking about Jasmine. And I'm like, she went live shortly after she had just expressed to her audience that, something's going on in my family. This has happened. And, a couple hours later, here you are bashing Jasmine. And I'm like, and this is not to make it about her, but it's just like stuff like that I don't understand. It's like, how can people be having, something really serious going on in their lives? Like you have something going on that really is bothering you to the point where you're asking for prayers on social media, but then you still can muster up the energy to worry about the next bitch. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't be sitting around in any type of turmoil, in any type of sad situation, in any type of situation where I'm needing prayers, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, and by the way, um, let me still talk about Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do that. And so like it just be stuff like that that kind of be like, like I don't. This. It's kind of like this is not right. I'm not saying that I'm holier than thou because, like I said, I enjoy commentary. I enjoy some of the content, even some of the content about the moms. Like sometimes there are some valid perspectives, but it's just like it's kind of like it's. Sometimes I just sit back, and while I'm watching all of the drama and all the shenanigans, it's kind of like a lot of people are just really too deep in the trenches of somebody else's business. And a lot of times it don't be shit to talk about. It's not nothing that's really newsworthy. It's not nothing that, you know, people have not gone through before. And it's like, but we're still bashing and talking about people when we have our own shit going on. That type of shit be weird to me. It just be weird. Yes, guilty, hypocritical. Hey, Bun 75. Hey, hey, hey. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm just gonna, like I said, I've never was the most consistent person, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm done with the commentary section. No, I'm not done. But I just don't really have many thoughts to say. And so if you all see me be absent or see me try to change it up, just bear with me while I'm doing that because I just really don't. I just don't. This is really not interesting to me anymore because it's the same shit, different day. It's kind of like at some point you just have to grow past that. Some people are just gonna never learn. They're gonna have to. Life is gonna have to teach them. Like somebody like Roz and her crew is just life is just gonna have to show them. They're not going to take heed to people who are giving a reasonable perspective. They're just gonna have to see. God gonna have to show them. That every dog had a day and you just but that's not for me to continue to agitate, but we all know. Yes, 100. Yes. So that's just my thoughts. Like I said, I like commentary. I like giving my perspective, but I don't like just doing stuff that doesn't really add any value. And as I sit back and as I watch things unfold and I just look at the different commentary channels, it's kind of like it's now I feel like we're to a point where we're kind of reaching just to continuously go back and forth. It's nothing really new going on. It's nothing really it's nothing really, conversation worthy. And so just to continuously keep going back and forth, it's kind of like it's not worth it. It's not worth the mental sacrifice that takes. And this is no shade to anybody who continues to go on because I feel like, people should definitely continue to speak out for what's right. And I can't tell anybody, how to run their organization or how to run their channel. Like if you feel like you want to keep going and you want to keep, going, that's cool. So I don't have anything against that. I'm just saying as for me, it's just, it's not the move. It's time to move on for me. But like I said, if something big happens, I'll definitely cover it, of course. You know, just like what and I feel like in general, I think that social media is just changing. I think that that's why a lot of platforms are changing the way they pay people. I think that's why a lot of people are like, really having to kind of transition back into the workplace because I feel like, society just got too complacent with this social media thing and they just started thinking that, we can, no, and don't be wrong. It's a beautiful thing to see so many like single mothers, kind of just blow up on Facebook. I've had some people from my city who blew up on Facebook. They had over like 200,000 followers. So it's a beautiful thing that, you can just be an average person with really no real type of, niche or whatever, and you can still make some money off this thing. So don't get me wrong, it's been a blessing to a lot of people's lives. But I think that we started to lose sight as a society about, just, being mindful about what we put out here into the atmosphere. And I just don't feel like you should be able to um profit off of, being negative and harassing someone. And I think that a lot of these, CEOs and the big people of all these apps, I think they realize that some people just essentially getting paid to do nothing but bullshit. And, I think that, that's why we see a lot of people changing the way they pay people on social media. And a lot of people are complaining about it not being the same. But it's kind of like, I think we've kind of abused it a little bit. That's just my thoughts. I think some people have abused it. I think some people have taken it and not really used it for what it's for. And it's just originally was for just networking and just building your brand as an individual and branching off to do multiple things. I think that some people think that just sitting on here putting in the bare minimum effort to be mean and nasty is enough to get them the same type of notoriety like something that someone like, Treese has gained from really working hard and trying to be creative and putting in hard work with skits and cooking videos and really trying to pump out some good content. You have people that just think, okay, well, let me turn on my live and let me just talk shit and tear somebody down and not even have a positive conversation. And I deserve that same thing. So that part is just like, yeah, no. But that's my thoughts. Like I said, I love y'all. I miss y'all. I just wanted to come with a channel update. I'm not completely done with commentary. I'll never be completely done with commentary. But it's just, it's for me. I just don't have the drive to get up and keep talking about the same shit. I feel like it is what it is. I feel like the people who are out here, being hypocritical, doing people wrong, lying on people, harass people. They're going to get what's coming to them and sooner or later, but that's not for me to egg on. We'll sit back and watch it all crumble at some point because it's going to. And that's just my thoughts. But I thank y'all for hanging in here with me. I said I was at work, so I was on my little break, so I'm finna clock back in with my peoples. But I love y'all. I love talking to y'all. Like I said, just bear with me. If you see me post a cooking video or something, watch it. If you see me post like a little short of somebody I found when I was in TJ Maxx, like it. Okay? But I love y'all and I will see y'all later. Mwah. See y'all in my next video.